We can continue with the meeting. If that's okay. Over with Councilman Martin.
Okay, yeah, just quickly, I attended a meeting of the staff of the Planning and Economic Development Department, and just sat in for their weekly rundown and the status of the various projects in the town and the code enforcement efforts. And it just struck me again, the dedication of the folks in the department, especially the code enforcement staff. They're out there each and every day, upholding our local laws and enforcing the building code and the local codes. And I want to thank them for that. I think we have an especially good group in that department, and they're doing fine work for the residents of our town. I also want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas as well, and a Happy New Year. Encourage everybody to continue to shop local. It's as we've all said, it's a tough year, and every little bit helps. So get out there and support your local business people. And I also want to extend my appreciation as well to the members of our highway department for the work they'll be doing this evening and into the day tomorrow. And also my usual appreciation to the folks in our police department for the fine work they're doing, keeping us safe each and every day, week in and week out. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Aragosa.
A couple things. I come here tonight fresh from the food distribution drive-through SEC tonight. Very, very strongly attended both by volunteers that came out to help and by people that are out looking for help. On Monday, I was on a Zoom meeting with the regional food pantry and the partners in Schenectady County. We're starting to see a big uptick in people looking for deliveries as people are on quarantine and et cetera. One of my questions was, are we seeing an uptick in the town and the village? And that is a concern for the food pantry. The phone number is still the same number that the coalition for the county was using back in April, May, June. So if anybody out there that is in need of food and need help, that number's out there. It's on Facebook. It's on the county website. I think we had it on our website at one point. But those deliveries will be made if it's there. The other thing I just again, like everybody else, happy holidays to you all. Merry Christmas. Whatever you do it safe and enjoy it the best you can. Keep your family close. And again, part of that tonight, I know Tommy, Mike, and their crew are going to be out there working very hard, along with the policemen, trying to keep people safe on the roads. You don't have to go anywhere in the next 24 hours. Stay home. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is privilege of the floor. I will open privilege of the floor. We have nobody in the room, obviously, from the general public anyway. We do have our comptroller in the room. And we have no one on the line. So the privilege of the floor, let the record show, is open, but there's no one to partake. So we will keep it open, going once, going twice, seeing none. Privilege of the floor is now closed. I don't really have a supervisor's comment report to the board tonight, just a quick potpourri so everybody knows exactly where we are on a few things. We do have a snow emergency in effect. The snow emergency is that although there is no parking on the road between midnight and 6 a.m. October through May, snow emergency means there's no parking on the road at all, period, or you may be ticketed and or towed. So it really helps to make sure, as you all know, that if the cars aren't in the road, it makes it easier for us to more efficiently move snow and move back and things like that. So that snow emergency will go to Friday, 6 a.m. starting tonight, 10 p.m. Councilman Galuski mentioned a reverse parade. We do have the Town of Glenville reverse parade occurring still this weekend. It's the 18th from 5 to 8. Weather is not going to impact that at all. I want to thank all the hard workers and organizers. There's a lot of people who came together, put this together in a very short period of time. Ross Thornhill, Jill Wiseman, Kathy Walker. The list goes on and on. I probably shouldn't start naming people because now I'll be here all night naming a bunch of people, but we've been working hard on it. It's going to go forward, and actually it's going to look like a winter wonderland now. We were always concerned about a snow event, but now we're a little bit more concerned about the temperature event because it's going to be very, very cold that night. And now we just have to think about how to keep some people warm or warmer throughout the night. We will be having a Toys for Tots event there that night. If you can bring an unwrapped new toy, that would be great. We do have a box here that is almost full. People have been bringing it and ringing the doorbell and giving us some donations. And on top of that, today we went to the senior center and we ran a little Toys for Tot toy drive, and they did phenomenal. It was wonderful. They were expecting 50 and they've got up towards 70, 75. So it was great. And I want to thank the senior volunteers who put that together. Lastly, on some organizational things, we're getting ready for the new year. The new year means tax bills and exemption renewals, at least for the tax department it does. And we are looking at our process for that. Let's take the exemption renewals first. As you know, I've been very aggressive in trying to convince the governor to sign an executive order to make sure that low-income seniors and people with disabilities do not have to come into a town hall to renew their exemption status. It's unsafe. It's contrary to everything he has said from the day one of this thing, but he has not done that. And now we're up against it. We're at the end of the, by state statute, we have to have our letters out to them by December 31st. So we are starting the process of putting those letters together and mailing them out. We're encouraging people to please use a Dropbox or to mail them back, but we know that they need to make copies or they need help filling them out. So we're just going to have to take that as it comes in January as these exemption renewals go out. Tax collection, we will not be taking tax collection in person. We have set up a variety of different options for folks. They can, as always, mail it in. They can use our Dropbox. We're actually cutting a new Dropbox into the wall that goes directly into Pat's office. So they'll be securely right into a locked box inside the receiver's locked office. He will send receipts the next day. You won't get the receipt that day. It is considered paid the day that it comes through the slot because it's only open 9 to 5 on business days because it's in the vestibule. If you mail, it's considered paid on the postmark. So the postmark will determine if the payment is timely or late. We also have looked online to do some new things. I'm happy to say Pat and I have been working with our vendors. The Visa debit card and credit card still have the third-party vendor fee attached to it if you use it. We can't waive that. It's their fee. Nothing we can do about that. We can't pay it, but we were able to negotiate a waived fee. I'm very happy about this because this is a great opportunity for our residents, a waived fee on an e-check payment. So if you go online and you use your checking account through the e-check payment option on our website, there'll be no fee to you. That's cheaper than mailing it. That's cheaper than coming here and spending gas to get here. You can do that and you get an automatic receipt the minute you do it. And that really is going to be the best option. So our challenge is to communicate this to everybody because it's going to be a different way and we're working on that right now. But that's how we're going to run this year's tax collection. And that's really all I have, other than to say again, happy holidays, and I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday season.
Just to clarify, the only thing we're not going to have to walk into everything else is still exists. You can still do credit card online. You can still drop it in the mail. You can still do you can come
Yes.
in and drop it. But the only thing that we're not going to coming in and pay.
Yes, and we are going to give residents an opportunity to make an appointment if they need help or if they have a question or a concern or something's not right. Cash will be the problem. There are a certain number of folks who like to pay cash for whatever reason, and that's just not going to be something we're probably going to accept. They're just going to have to get a money order or do something differently. And there are people that will not be happy with that. We have them every year, the cash payers, and it's just the way it is. But they can come and ring the bell. We did install a intercom system and a buzzer, so they can ring the bell and talk to Pat or some through the glass. But we're gonna discourage taking cash.
Good. Thank you.
So other than that, I guess we'll get back to the agenda, which we have a resolution item number 7, authorizing the supervisor to enter into a contract with Jaeger and Flynn Associates, who now have been purchased by Sterling, the little FYI. And they will be doing the administration of our employee benefits and related professional services as it relates to HIPAA compliance. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded, and this is our annual resolution. We've been working with Jaeger and Flynn for time immemorial. I don't know, it goes back before Jason and I and anyone on this board. But as I say, next year there'll be Marshall and Sterling, so this will be the last time we pass this resolution with this name. But they've done a good job, a great job actually administering our health, health insurance and our HIPAA compliance. And this will help us or allow us to do this again in 2021. Do I have any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Godlewski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Worzbowski? Supervisor Ketzley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution is our semi-annual budget amendments for 2020. I know that the clerk had sent this out earlier in the day, so hopefully you had a chance to take a look at it. As you know, we do these annually, or I'm sorry, semi-annually. But do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. Again, the budget amendments for the end of the year 2020 here, transfer between internal funds. Any questions or comments on them?
Made the inquiry, it tends to be a net neutral, right?
Yes,
Moving money around the balance.
yes. Correct. Some things we're over, some things are under. Any other questions or comments?
Thank you, Jason, to you and to Jeff. I'm sure that I'm sure this is something that you don't look forward to doing.
Well, actually, considering it's 6 months, it's not that, I would expect maybe even to see more, so. This is not all that much for 6 months worth of, departmental budgeting and expenditures and so on. I don't think.
Any
Thank you
other-
for your efforts.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa? Councilman Godlewski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Worzbowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Ketzley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 9, setting forth the time and date for our organizational meeting for January 6th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion?
I'll move
Do I have
it.
a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, as you can see, as the resolution states, the meeting will take place right here in this room. As it stands now, just as a, for your edification, the governor's EO on virtual meeting runs out January 1st of 2021. But I think Earl and I talked today and we both feel somewhat confident that that will continue. So he'll expand it or extend it probably through January. But at this juncture, please plan on attending in person, but of course you can attend virtually if that EO is signed. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin? Councilman Aragosa? Councilman Godlewski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Worzbowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Ketzley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 10, approving the monthly departmental reports for November 2020. Do I have a motion?
I'm
Do I have a second?
I'll say.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this would approve the November 2020 reports submitted by the department heads to the council members. I thank them for preparing
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa,
Yes.
Councilman Godlewski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Worzbowski,
Yes.
Supervisor Ketzley.
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 11, approving the town board minutes for the regular meeting held on December 2nd. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this would approve the minutes from the last town board meeting, December 2nd, as submitted by Ms. Niels, and I would thank her and her staff for preparing them.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa,
Yes.
Councilman Godlewski,
Yes.
Councilwoman Worzbowski,
Yes.
Supervisor Ketzley.
Yes, resolution passes. We're on to new business. I'll start on my left with Councilman Galewski.
And what everyone else has said, everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, stay safe. Happy New Year, hopefully. Hopefully 2021 is the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's all.
Amen to that.
Thank you. Councilwoman Worzbowski.
I have nothing.
Councilman Martin.
Nothing new.
Councilman Aragosa.
No, I have nothing to add.
I have nothing myself other to say again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you all on the 6th. Be safe. Motion to adjourn.
I'll move
I have a
that.
second. Moved in second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, Linda, Earl, and Vicky. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too,
Get home
Chris.
before I said get home before it snows, Earl. Yeah. The commute's good now, right?
I see your Buffalo Bills are top 5.
3 behind the Packers. Yeah, what the hell? I think that's